first. Yay! Hey guys, welcome to tonight's Be the Pink Team Call Tuesday. We've got Chris Helmer, the one and only, who's going to share with us his how to lead with the business tips. Listen, I am the jewel in this house, but I've learned a thing or two from this guy about leading with the business. We're very product heavy. We're a product driven company, right? Sometimes we forget about this part, and then we wonder, why don't I have any business builders on my team, right? So Chris is amazing at getting people in, already excited about the business. He's going to share his tips with you guys. Why don't you just start with your testimony, your story?
Okay, so March of 2015, I was approached by my beautiful wife, Cody, and she told me that she had come across this pink drink on Facebook and that she used our grocery money to go ahead and buy a welcome pack and that it was on the way. And both of us, we had a new baby at home. Both of us were trying to lose weight. We had no idea what Plexus was all about. My only goal was lose like 20 pounds. So that was what I thought going into it. I'm going to lose some weight, hopefully, but I had no expectations because I had no idea what we were even doing. She just said we were doing it, so that was that. So we got started on the triplex. Within 2 weeks, I was kind of a Red Bull-aholic. I had 2 Red Bulls every single shift that I worked patrol. In 2 weeks, I noticed that I didn't stop for my Red Bull, which was amazing because, like I said, twice a day I stopped for a Red Bull. So that was the first thing that I noticed. So I knew something was happening. About a month in, Cody had done her research and really drew her line in the sand and said that there's a business here and she's going all in and she's going to do it. And she had supported me through moving to the big city to become a cop in Indianapolis, joining the SWAT team, joining motorcycles, doing all the extra stuff that I was doing. She was my biggest cheerleader, and I was going to do the exact same for her. I had no idea what Plexus was all about, but we were doing it, and that was that. That's all I cared about. Support her 100%, whatever that means. So she got started working the business and hit the ground running. At 3 months, I had lost 34 pounds, feeling amazing, working out a lot more because I felt good and I was sleeping great. And at that point, there was no looking back at that point. I was going to be on these products for the rest of my life. So I have no idea what's going on with the business. All I know is that she keeps on getting these certificates and stuff in the mail and with different ranks. I don't know. So she's continuing to work and killing it and making money, which is easing the pressure off of me to have to work so many extra things. So I'm cheering her on. Like, I don't know what's happening, but keep it up. This is awesome. And 14 months in, she hits Emerald. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in Kona, Hawaii, surrounded by all the Plexus jewels, wondering what in the world has happened the past year. I wish that I had been paying more attention or knew what was even up. I feel like I missed the whole first year of all that building, but it is what it is. I supported her the whole way, but it was in Kona, Hawaii when I really said, okay, we're going to do this. We're Plexus for life. We're doing this business. That's it. We're all in. So kind of go big or go home. You had to get me to Hawaii before I really said, yep, we're doing this.
So when I say that Chris was supportive from the very beginning, he was, in that he didn't say, no, you're not doing it. But he was very disengaged the first year. So if you do have a spouse that maybe isn't as supportive or involved as you would like, just keep on going. Because when you're sitting in Hawaii and he's laying on the beach drinking a beer, he's going to say, this is great.
We're doing this forever.
Right? So you fell in love with the products. You caught the bug of the business in Hawaii. So what, besides the financial aspects, because you've been able to resign from your position from the police department, which is huge. So besides the financial parts, what about the business do you love? Or what about the company do you love?
Well, I love the people of Plexus. We had gone to I went to one event with Cody prior to going to Kona. And the people were just amazing. And they openly talked about God on the stage. And I've noticed that every event that I'm at, that they're very welcoming. And they talk about God all the time. And they always praise the Lord. And I'm like, that's fantastic. You don't find that these days. So I love that. I love the people. They're the most caring, positive people I've ever met. And coming from a law enforcement background, it's not always positive. So to have that positivity. I'm really drawn to that. You know, the one plexus, the motto, we're all here for each other. I love that. You really have to build yourself up. And as far as the company, you know, they give 50% back to the ambassadors. That's amazing. What company gives 50% back to their people? They love their ambassadors. They love what we do for them, and they show it in that way. They're backed by Morgan Stanley. They're debt-free. They're a $500 million company, and we all take the products. We know that they work. They've already benefited our health. So one of the biggest things in business, you got to have something that works, and we all know the products work. So what's not to love?
That's true. And most American families are one emergency away from complete financial disaster. So as amazing as these products are, the fact that so many American families are struggling financially, like, why would we not share this business opportunity?
Absolutely.
So, and I love watching you get people signed up and stuff, because he has his own method, and it's really, really awesome. So let's dive into that now, because I know that everybody's like ready to take some notes, because they want some business builders in their organizations too. So okay, so you are reaching out to people. Walk us through what this looks like. What do you say to someone initially to even get the ball rolling?
First thing is IPA. Make sure that you reach out to people to begin with. And one thing that I do on Messenger is I'll go to the little icon that shows you who's active now. Not such a big issue now, but when I was still working, I didn't have a whole lot of time to do IPA. So if I had, whatever amount of time I had, I wanted to make sure it was effective time. So whoever was online at that moment, I would either cold message new people so they would see the message right now, or I would follow up with people I had messaged before. But if it's a cold message, it would be something along the lines of, how's it going, brother? I've got a lot of police officers on my friends list, so brother's acceptable. How's it going, brother? You may have noticed I'm posting a lot about Plexus on my page and how wonderful it's been for me and my family. I would love to give you some more information. Would that be okay?
Okay, so they say, sure, you can send me some info. What's next?
The first thing I try to do is get them on the phone. So I'll say, great, do you have like 5 minutes? You can give me a call. And here's my number. And I send them my number all in the same message. And the reason I do that is because, one, I want to get them on the phone because they can hear me, they can hear my voice, they can hear that I'm genuine. Any sort of objections they have, I can take care of them right there. And I'm giving them my number. They don't feel like they're having to give me anything. I'm not asking them for their number. They could block out their number and call me, whatever they need to do. But they don't feel like they're giving anything up that way.
I love that. That's a good tip too. So, okay, so you give them your number. They say, sure, I'll take some information. You give them your number. Next thing you know, your phone rings. So ring, ring, ring. What happens now? And I want you to walk them through the conversation, just because I know a lot of us, we don't use the phone as often as we should with potentials, right? A lot of it is done on Facebook Messenger. So tell us what that looks like. So ring, ring, ring. I'm calling you, Chris Helmer. What do you say?
I'll answer the phone and say, hey, Johnny, or whoever it is. Glad you called. I can't wait to tell you about this. You may hear my kids screaming in the background because especially these days, I'm home with my kids. I'll tell them, you may hear my kids screaming in the background. That's what I love about this business. You can literally work it from any and everywhere that you're at.
That is brilliant. That is just brilliant, because you're already exposing them to the business opportunity, and it's easy, and you're at home and you're with your babies and you're not out doing whatever. But I guess you could use that wherever you are. Maybe you say you're at work. Hey, I'm at work. It's something I love about this business is you can fit it in to your day.
Right.
Okay, I love that. Sorry, go ahead.
Good. So once I get that out of the way, hopefully the kids are being quiet at that point, I'll start incorporating my testimony. I'll give them the condensed version, just let them know what the products and the business has done for me. And then I'll kind of listen to what their issues are, ask them if they have any health issues, what they're working with and what their goal would be with Plexus once they kind of understand more of what it's all about. But I really mold the conversation around who they are too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So you share your story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you ask their story.
Right.
Really.
See where they're coming from. That way I can lean it towards where I recommend the triplex or whatever products I'm recommending to them.
Which is really similar to what we do on Facebook Messenger.
Right.
We They accept the invitation for more information, and then we ask them what their health issues are. Basically, you're doing the same thing, only on the phone.
Right.
So when you share your story, though, so you start out the call, you share your health testimony, and then you share your business testimony. What sort of things do you say about the business then on the phone?
Well, especially, coming from law enforcement, I talk to a lot of police officers, but this works for anybody. I tell them, I'm used to working, 2 and 3 different jobs when I was working just to make ends meet, So having this opportunity to work this business from anywhere is absolutely amazing. And the business model, the way that it is, you can fit it in the nooks and crannies of your life. So, it's a win-win. And the way the company gives back 50%, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm. So now when you're sharing your business story, and part of your business story is that you were able to retire,
right,
and that your wife went emerald in 14 months and achieved that 6-figure income. But not everybody can say that. So what could maybe a silver or even a gold, or wherever you are in your journey, how could they incorporate what you do but with where they are?
About the conversation on the phone is there's no stress about it. It's a casual conversation. You just tell your story from wherever you're from. So if you've achieved silver or gold, you've already been successful. You've already benefited from what this company has to offer. So tell them about that. What did that silver bonus do for you? Did it help pay your car payment? Did it help pay rent that month? Did it help pay your utilities? What did that bonus do for you? And then tell your story while you're talking to these people.
And maybe ask them what that
right.
could
What
do
what
for
can
them.
An extra $200 or $500 a month do for them and their family? And then once you start talking to them, you kind of get some of their why. What are some of their struggles that they would like to, remedy with this opportunity?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now you've shared your story. They've shared their story with you. You've recommended the triplex because we can basically tie any kind of health issues to the triplex combo, and they say, okay, I'm like, that sounds great. How do you close the deal on the phone?
Well, as soon as they're interested, I want to give them the site, on the phone still, and I want to walk them through the entire process, all the way to the point of they've got to payment and they're done before we hang up. That way, if there's any objections along the way, any questions they have, we can handle them right there, and we don't end up with a Houdini, which happens multiple times, I hate to admit, on Messenger. You're going through it, you're excited, here comes a join, and then you get the little check mark that never changes. They disappeared on you. It's a lot harder to do that when you're on the phone because it's pretty rude to just hang up on somebody.
I love that. Okay, so you close the deal, you walk them through the process, you get their convenience order on, they're set up for success. You get your email, congratulations, you've just sponsored a new ambassador. Now what?
Now I add them to Be the Pink, add them to the team page, I tag them in the step-by-step, and I let them know, this is not the end of anything. I want to get you to silver. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of a relationship. We're going to work together. I want you to get that first post up like immediately, as soon as they're comfortable doing it. And I'll literally tell them, I will send you what to say. Just fill in the blanks and tag me in it. And I will work with you to get you to silver.
So what sort of things, I know you work really closely with your people that you bring in, and he brings people into my organization, but the people he brings in, like that he's physically signed up, those people are his responsibility. So he does the follow-up, he does the checking in, he does the coaching calls, he does all of that stuff for his own people. And we work together that way. But what sort of things have you done for your level ones to help them go silver? What does that look like for your team?
Well, once they make that initial post, I'm stalking the comments. I make them tag me in it. That way I see when people respond. And if someone shows interest, I immediately kick them a message and say, hey, Timothy showed interest. He said he wanted to know what you were doing. Start a 3-way chat. I know that you don't know what to say. You're just getting started, but I know what to say. So let's start a 3-way chat. That way I can try to reel them in and get them signed up under you. That way they can watch the process, see what I say, and it's training and getting them to silver all at the same time.
So you really work closely with them to get them that silver bonus.
Absolutely. I may have talked to someone on the phone who was a level of 3 and got him signed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so what are your top tips? Share with us your Chris Helmer's top tips for success.
Right. First thing is consistency. And when I say consistency, I mean your post about you, not just about Plexus. Post about you, and make sure that when you're posting about Plexus, don't post the post that you've seen 25 times today. And if you do, kind of take it and comment it, like it, and make it yours. Change some wording, add a different picture, add a picture of yourself, make it your post, but be consistent, because people are watching. Whether they're liking your post, whether they're commenting, whether they're ever messaging you, they are watching. I've had people tell me they've watched me for 2 years before they ever reached out to me. So people are watching. So be consistent. And then, of course, get people on the phone. When people are interested, get them on the phone. And once they say, yes, I want to do this, then do it. Stop talking. If they're ready to go, then let's go. Let's do this. And help your people. Once you get those people signed up, help them get to silver, because they, typically they don't know what they're doing. So step in. If you need help from your upline, that's fine, but get your people to silver. And don't give up. Don't give up at all, because you never know who's going to be a rock star. You never know who you're going to message 28 times, and then finally he signs up and he goes fast start gold. Adam
Hazelwood. Shout out to Adam Hazelwood, who did go fast start gold. Total rock star. Those are really great tips. So we've got some questions. Let me see. I've seen some come in. Lisa says, what do you say to get them to want to post for the first time? How do you get them to do that first post?
I just tell them how it is. People out there need help, and whether it's for the products or whether it's the financial opportunity, and plus the person who you just signed up, they need to hit silver. I mean, they need to get that bonus, get the products paid for, or whatever their goal is. So just let them know. Throw that first post out there and come at it from whichever angle they want. If they just want to say, I'm starting this journey, I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'll let you know in 2 weeks, or however they want to word it to make them feel more comfortable. But just let them know you're helping people with these products. Trust me. And, we need to get you to silver.
Mm-hmm. And what about expectations? Do you say anything as far as what they should expect for that first post or after it?
No, I say I'll tell them you may get 25 comments and a bunch of people excited. You may get 0, but we got to get that first post out there, because there are people watching whether they comment and like it or not.
And you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Okay. Have you come across or sponsored somebody who is not on social media? How would you handle that?
I actually have.
Rachel.
I have. I tell them that social media obviously helps a lot these days, because pretty much everyone is on Facebook, or they're at least on Instagram. But you don't need social media to make this work. You just need to share with people. So I tell them, obviously we share on Facebook a lot, but since you're not on Facebook, then talk to people. Talk to people at work. Talk to people, at the grocery store or wherever you're at. You have people that you can contact. So talk to them.
If your mouth is closed, your business is closed.
That's right. Tell everyone, whichever way that you can and you're most comfortable with, tell everybody.
Okay. What else? Natalie loves the phone calls. We know you do, girl. You're good at that. Okay. Whoops, my thing got stuck. Oh no. Like everybody's shifting. My mouth is never closed. That's good, Natalie. That means your business is never closed. I think that's it. Does anybody have any more questions for Chris? Chris has gotten quite a few people silver. He talks to his people a lot. And I think that's really the key, is to talk to them initially a lot, get them on the phone, and just stay in contact with them. How often do you think you follow up with a new ambassador who is excited about the products and maybe excited about the business opportunity? How often do you follow up the first month?
The first month, I mean, sometimes almost every single day, at least every other day, to see how they're doing, see how things are going, and just keep the excitement flowing.
Mm-hmm. That's really important. Probably the team page is really good for that too. Oh, yeah. And three-way chats. So we do three-way chats.
Yes.
Yep. When did you start your journey? I may have missed that part. That's Brittany Eubank.
We started, was it the 1st of March, 2015 was when I found out that our grocery money, half of it was gone and a welcome pack was on the way.
Yes, and we started working the business. I did in April. And Chris would post when I asked him to, not consistently, but I did tag Chris in a lot of my Plexus posts in the first year when he wasn't really doing anything with it, just so I could kind of expose his friends list to my Plexus stuff. But it wasn't until Hawaii when you really started posting.
I'll say, unfortunately, it took me until we were in Hawaii on the trip. That's when I said, okay, we're doing this, and my posting quadrupled.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Any more questions, you guys? I hope you guys got some good takeaways. He is thebomb.com at getting people excited about the business. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Oh, wait, scroll up, wait. You guys are so funny. Okay, scroll up. How do you help get them all the info when they're not on it? Are you talking about if they're not on Facebook? If they're not on social media, how do you get them information? That's a good question.
Email.
That's a good one.
And luckily, he had email. He did do email, but he did not do social media.
And you've met a few of your team members who were excited for like coffee, like pretty fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Adam was one of them. We met for lunch. We've
printed out. Take it to lunch.
Anybody that's local enough, I'll always recommend it. Like, hey, let's go meet for coffee. Or let's meet for lunch, and we'll do a face to face.
Yeah. Sarah Todd wants to know, how do you approach someone, say at the grocery store, so in public? Have you ever brought Plexus up in public? I have.
And it's one of those ones where you got to keep your ears open, or you got to make sure that you're wearing your Plexus bling. And some people, I'll be honest, the people that have asked me in public is because I'm wearing a Plexus shirt or a Plexus hat or a Plexus bracelet. What's Plexus? And then I bring it up that way. So I don't try to walk around like a Plexus billboard. I try to look pretty normal, but I will wear a hat or a shirt or a bracelet, and it starts conversation. Post office, because I have to go there and mail stuff a lot.
Yes, he goes to the post office with all these 500 little bright pink envelopes.
25 pink.
And that grabs people's attention. They're like, what are you sending?
Yeah, every time. They're used to me by now. But.
That's funny. Okay. Did I get everything, guys? I'm scrolling down. Wait. Rachel, send through text. Yeah. Or get them on the phone. I mean, that's another great way that you can plug them in with your sponsor, do a 3-way call. Maybe you guys get on the phone once a week and you do trainings, things like that. No more questions? Okay. Manny is upstairs madder than you know what.
He's having a party up in his room right now.
I don't know if that's not a party that I want to be invited to. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I will post the recording in the team page. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.